Alright friends, time to unbox the Battlefield Stalingrad game by DVG. I reviewed a prototype of this game a couple of months ago when it was a Kickstarter project, so I will not go over the rules of the game again because I already covered those in my previous video. But what I want to show you is the components that are in the final edition of the game, since in my previous video I only showed you a prototype. That was all that was available back in the day. Now we have the printed game. So I'll show you what's new here, which is of course a component upgrade. For example, there's a box. Yeah, the prototype that the publisher sent me back in the day didn't have one, which makes sense. The box is pretty cool. I like the art. Glossy box. Hey, you can see me in the box. But try to look at the art. I like it. Very sturdy box. Solid. It won't be squished when you put it on your game shelf. Battlefield Stalingrad, very short rulebook. The game is a simple game. It is really an introductory card game with a war theme, 8 pages of rules in the final version. The game mechanics overall reminded me of a game that I played in the past, the Hell of Stalingrad, which also was a card game where the players played for control of locations represented by cards, but there are a couple of twists here that I hadn't seen in that game. The rulebook, the original version, the one that was sent to me as a prototype, had a couple of unclear points. I hope they have been corrected. If not, well, you can watch my video, my original video, where I talk about the rules of the game, and that also something you can do in case you want to know more about the game. Markers, counters, a lot of them to represent rations and rubble. Something I really like is that as the game progresses, the city of Stalingrad becomes a messy nightmare of rubbles and other things that just get in the way. The landscape of the city disintegrates, dissolves, and chaos mounts, as it really should be in a game that has the Battle of Stalingrad as its topic. They appear to be pretty sturdy counters, glossy, very simple in their design, but they get the job done, and I just like the colors. I think that's they do precisely what this kind of markers should do. And then we have the cards, 3 decks of cards, and this is all that there is. In these cases, I always wonder if it would be possible to have a smaller box. I'm not a big fan of card games sold in board games, boxes. Everything really could have fitted in a much smaller box. Yes, it's easy to put this box in a pile with the rest of your games. It stacks more easily because everything is the same size. But still, action cards, not the cards, feel kind of sort of laminated, nice glossy finish, simple design. The design is really not very different than what I remember from the prototype. Simple design of the cards, but that it definitely can be a bonus. It is not too fancy, but it feels pretty thematic. It has to do, I guess, with the general mood that you would expect in something that represents the Battle of Stalingrad. The pictures definitely are thematic enough, evocative enough, and again, while this doesn't seem too colorful and fancy, I think it sets the right mood for a game about, well, the horror and destruction of Stalingrad. So here we have a deck of action cards and force cards with some, with the terrain cards representing the locations, and cards, as you can see, locations can be destroyed, and they have a rubble value. Action cards for the Germans, those were the ones for the Soviets. pretty much same as above. Well, of course, I was looking at the Soviet ones, so I'm not surprised that they're the same as the ones that we just saw. The German ones are pretty much the same in design, just with a dark, with just black background, well, like the Soviet ones, but with blue details as opposed to the red ones that the Soviet cards have. Again, components look nice enough to make me want to play the game, and what is really important to me, they really look durable. I think you can get a lot of gaming out of these cards before they show any significant wear. Again, they look like they're laminated. You could probably spill water or other drinks on them and not damage them too much. I hope so. I also get the sense that sooner or later I'll find that out. I don't know why. Between me and my friends, we're a little bit of a bunch of clumsy guys. These are all action cards for the Germans. We've seen these before. Again, we've seen the general idea. Again, simple, functional, get the job done. Maybe not too exciting to see as an unboxing video. Video with super fancy miniatures and special effects and crazy stuff jumping out of the box, tons of plastic and stuff like that. Maybe would have been more pleasant to the eye, but and that is always a bonus when you have it. But to me, this is all that you need to play a game such as Battle of Stalingrad. The mechanics and the theme are rich enough to make the game an engaging one. I really enjoyed playing the game with the components that came with a prototype. I think I will definitely enjoy playing the game with upgraded components of the published version. Again, if you want to know more about the game, you can watch my original video for the prototype. Battle of Stalingrad is a game that I enjoyed, and I'm definitely glad that now we have a printed and professional looking and pretty resistant, well-made looking version for it.